I'm Brian DeLuca, and I am here with Andy Smith at Power Integrations at APEC, and he's going to show us what some of the products are that they're demoing here tonight.
Oh, thank you. Good morning. Right. At APEC this year, we are introducing a new product family for us. It's called TinySwitch-5. Now, TinySwitch for Power Integrations has been a mainstay of our organization for the last 20 years. We've sold over 9 billion TinySwitch ICs.
Wow. Okay.
So
that's a lot of TinySwitch
it's a lot of parts. So the pressure is on us to come up with a new product family that actually takes that legacy and moves forward. What TinySwitch-5 is, perhaps we can look at the circuit a little bit. We make power conversion ICs, and TinySwitch-5 is our next generation of very simple, very cost effective, but now very efficient power conversion IC. And what it does is a primary side controller. It has a power MOSFET, a controller, a driver, all on the primary side, and it's controlled via an optocoupler link to the secondary. This is all very standard and conventional technology. This is nothing exciting about that. What is exciting, we have a new switching algorithm in this device, and it pushes switching efficiency over 90% for a flyback without using things like synchronous rectification. It uses a diode, whereas most high efficiency designs need SR here. It doesn't require soft switching. It doesn't require GaN. So it's a very cost-effective solution. And that's what TinySwitch is. It's a power design for people who need good efficiency, very good light load performance for things like appliance and industrial. And that's where it's going.
So is there anything engineers need to know in particular about integrating this into their designs?
Well, the reason TinySwitch is used in so many places, it's very easy to use. And the reason TinySwitch is so easy to use, it's very simple. There are literally 30 components in a complete power supply. We can actually make that work with perhaps 15 to 20 components. So it's very simple to lay out. There are some basic power supply rules about not interlocking loops, but apart from that, very straightforward. And the nice thing is, the new family goes from 10 watts up to nearly 200 watts.
Wow, okay.
So what we aim this device for, if you're making an appliance or industrial application that doesn't need the absolute bleeding edge of efficiency performance, what you can do is take one platform and extend it into multiple different applications. So we do low power 10 watt designs, multi-output designs, even 200 watts on a heatsink. And we have different package options and those kind of things as well to do that.
Okay, and now you have other demos you're going to show us.
So what we're doing, we're showcasing a 12 watt design, single output. We've got a 36 watt design, single output, and a 27 watt design, multi-output, just to show some of the different things the family can do. And our IC is this little thing tucked in down here. It's not exactly a large IC, but the aim is here, it sits on the primary side, it gets communication from the secondary, so regulation is very good. It also uses a thing called variable off time adjustable current limit control, which is a unique way of controlling the switching algorithm. At full load, we're 92% efficient, which is a great number, often used in headline characteristics for a converter. But the key thing about this is that 92% efficiency is maintained down to 1% load. And that's very, very hard to achieve, but it's very useful for customers who are trying to meet energy standby requirements, no load, or new European requirements for standby power. So flat efficiency across the load range is becoming very important, and that's what TinySwitch delivers.
So you have the different wattages, right?
Yeah.
What applications are each one of these used for?
That's a really great question. So like a 12 watt or a 10 watt design, this might be the auxiliary power supply in the front controller of a washing machine. Okay. Where it's required to give a small amount of power, but it's always on. So you need it to be very efficient. Maybe 36 watts, this might be driving a coffee maker. So some of the functions in a coffee machine would be very typical of this sort of power level. 26.5 multi-output, an industrial application where they need some 5 volt for logic, and then maybe 12 volts to run actuators and relays. Okay. So those kind of things. And the thing about TinySwitch is, we've been selling it for a very long time, and customers always find a new application for it. We think we have them all covered. The first customer we talk to, they talk about their deconflugerizer we've never heard of before.
And they can call you guys and be like, hey, I have this application, you know, how can this, like, which one do I need, or how can you guys
That's right, and we have a lot of product families. Okay. And one of the things that's always challenging about PI is which one of our bag of tricks do you use? The nice thing with TinySwitch, for many applications now, this will do anything you need. So
Gotcha.
that's one of the really exciting things for us at the show.
Well, Andy, thank you for your time today. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.